Should you rent or should you buy? It's a question that I get asked, I think, every year at least a dozen times by various individuals, right? I think personally, again, and everything I say is based on my experience, based on my math, and so on and so forth. However, in the vast majority of cases, it is more optimal to buy for several reasons. Some exceptions, I'll start with those. If you're going somewhere and you know you're only going to be there for a couple weeks or a month or whatever, then you can just rent something for a month and then leave. Obviously, like we're not discussing about that. We're discussing if you go somewhere and you plan on staying there for a couple years, should you rent for a couple years or should you buy something, right, and then sell it when you leave or keep it as real estate or whatever? So my answer is, I believe, fairly obvious. You should always buy. Why? Because if you rent, let's say you go to a place and the rent is $1,000, then you pay $1,000 in rent. However, if you buy something, then what happens is that, let's say you have $1,000 in a mortgage or something, or let's say you have even more, 1,500 is, the monthly that you need to pay. In those cases, a significant amount of the money that you put in, you will get back, maybe even more that you put in. But the best case scenario, even like a good case scenario, is that you get a significant part back. So let's say you stay 2 years in a place, you pay rent $1,000 a year, that's $24,000. In the other case, let's say you pay $36,000 in mortgage. However, when you sell that property, you might get all of the $36,000 back. But even if you just get 20 to 30,000 back, right, you're still net positive to renting. And if you can afford it and keep it and Airbnb it and so on, who knows how the next 2 years will go. Maybe we'll have a couple great years, then you can make even more out of it, right? So at the end of the day, I always recommend people buy when they can, and just go below your means if you have to, right? So get a smaller apartment or get a smaller house or whatever, but then always increase your wealth whilst you're doing it. And that way, incrementally, every single year, you'll just make more and more. If you have any questions around investing, around real estate, around anything that has to do with growing your assets, growing your wealth, send me a message and I will do my best to get back to you soon. Thank you. Bye.